What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with the final episode of season 2 of Moesha, y'all. Season 2, episode 24, Prom Night. Before I start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Make sure to like up the videos, y'all, so it keeps me in the algorithm, please. And thank you. I really hope y'all enjoyed this season 1 and 2 of Moesha, because I'm not going nowhere past. That was long, y'all. Oh my god, it was supposed to be finished months ago. Anyway, but hey, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I finished in the time I'm supposed to finish, and that's just that on that. Anyway, so first of all, let's start here. I didn't know Flat Top was a Kappa. Okay, I don't know if he was a real life Kappa, a Kappa in real life, but he's a Kappa, and so he decided to get Mo to go to the prom with his frat brother's son. Flat Top tells her if she agrees to go to the prom, she can get off of punishment. Y'all know she's still on punishment for the having Q in the house. So she tells everyone what happened. Sorry about that, y'all. It's a little thunder. Okay. So she tells everybody what happened and not to tell Q. And he tells her, hey, he comes in because she agreed to go out on a date so she can get out and I guess start seeing Q, of course, behind Frank's back again. So at this point, he comes in. He was like, well, what you doing Saturday? She was like, I'm punished. No, what did you say? I'm punished or something. Like he knew she was punished. She couldn't go Saturday. But Sunday, she was like, we can meet Sunday. And so he was like, so you do everything, you let your father control you. And see, this what I be talking about that be pissing me off about Q. You, sir, have to be a parent to understand what is happening. That is her dad. He is the adult figure. She has to listen to somebody. You respect your dad, and you're not gonna go over your dad's head. I'm sure you're not. Anyway, he was like, he's trying, you just letting your dad control you. And she was like, yeah, like you trying to do. And so they agreed to meet up Sunday, because of course they still cannot see each other. Okay, she's just off punishment. She still cannot see Q, but of course she's going to not honor his wishes, and she's still going to see Q behind his back, of course. Anyway, so we meet Frazier. That's Frank's line brother's son. Okay, he come to the door for his senior prom with a top hat, jeans, a jacket, and some tennis. And the jeans are below his waist. He look a hot ass mess. And at this point, we find out Frazier ain't nothing but a damn hotep in training. Okay. Anyway, Moesha got on this stupid ass Cinderella ass dress. That shit was ugly. Okay, and the whole. Okay. Anyway, he driving him to the prom in a damn taxi. So Q stops by the Mitchell's house. He wanted to talk to Flat Top man to man. He tells him, why can't I go out with Moesha? He also tells Flat Top that, he really care about Moesha, and that can he please go get Moesha so they all can talk. So Flat Top was willing and ready to relish in what he was about to tell Q. He really was. He tells her she's on a date. And when I tell you, you knew this boy came with good intentions, but again, because you personally don't like him, in nothing he said, you was going to be able to see it for him. Flat Top was an asshole for this. Flat Top was an asshole. Then he gonna tell him, well, you could have did that in the beginning. True, he could have done that in the beginning, but you still, a grown ass man not taking accountability, still wouldn't hear Q the moment you met him. Like, you wouldn't hear Q if Q told you something in the beginning. And I think he even spoke to him when he first saw him, and he looked at him like you judged him. You judged him the moment you saw him. You didn't like him the moment you saw him. And you knew he wasn't good for, you felt like he wasn't good for your daughter. But your daughter paid for his bail, snuck out the house a bunch of times behind him because you wouldn't just go with it. I get it, but that's how it pissed me off because he wanted to tell that boy that. Anyway, back at the prom, Moesha go back and forth with Frazier. Now keep in mind, you're okay with her not dating Q, which is Q is her age and they're in the same grade. But you want her to go out with a senior and go with her, go even though she's a junior, because this happens all the time. But you was okay with her going out with Frazier, who was a senior, who's older than her. Okay, Frank. Anyway, Moesha and Frazier go back and forward, and at this point, he's just trying to be so deep. Okay, I guess Frazier. So Q rolls up. Miles end up telling Q where Moesha was at. Miles rolled up. Q rolled up at the prom, and just she saw him coming. She was like, "Oh my god!" And so he was like, "Let's go." First of all, who in the entire you talking to? Talk about some let's go. I ain't no dog. Y'all, Q pissed me off too. Anyway, she tells Q, she's tired of being his puppet and her dad's puppet. Frank and Dee are actually listening at the door, and she was like, "You asked me to do this, I did it. My dad tells me not to do this, I do it. He asked me, in order for me to get off punishment, I need to go to the prom. I thought about you so I could be able to see you. That's why I went." And it was just like Q wasn't listening. And so she was like, "I just think that, we should break up." And she didn't want to do it, but she just got tired, and it is a lot. Like, I have to fight between you and my dad all the time. Everybody keep pulling me here and here. So she walks in the house. He was like, "Hey, Pumpkin, how was the prom?" She didn't even say no. She just went upstairs. Like, Frank pisses me off. So Q pissed me off because he was choosing not to understand what Moesha has done for him. And Frank acting like he just really acting like this girl just gonna go off and marry Q. Like, she just wanted to date him. She wanted you to be okay. She wanted you to know, but you wouldn't give her that. So she snuck out. She was trying to invite him to dinner, and like, you just kept turning Q away every chance you got. So you gave her no choice. So sometimes in this situation, it just kind of made me feel like Q reminds Frank of the dudes that may have bullied him in high school, or the dude who probably stole Frank's woman, okay, in high school or something. Q and Frank were both wrong. Even Moesha, she had her fault in it, but the truth of the matter is, it was all the responsibility mainly was put on Frank at this point. You caused all of this because you didn't like him. So Frazier stops by Moesha's house to give her shawl, and they have a cute little conversation. She apologized for leaving, his prom like that, and so he asked to take her out on a real date. And this is where the episode ended. Season 2 ended. Of course, y'all want to go watch the rest, you can. I hope y'all enjoyed Moesha in its entirety of 1 and 2. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Out on your way out the door. Thank you.